Part 417. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4161. Anyway, now Yang Da looked at Yang Ling very upset. If it were any man, I'm afraid he wouldn't be happy. This taste is very numb. As thoughts exploded, the corners of his mouth twitched crazily. Thinking about it this time, it really doesn't make much sense. It's your honor to be able to follow Master. How dare you be dissatisfied? Get out. Yang Da stared at Yang Linger and said. Tears flowed in Yang Linger's eyes. She didn't understand why her father treated her like this. Obviously, it wasn't like this before. Why did it suddenly change color? Yang Linger looked at her mother with pleading eyes, wanting to ask her to help her talk. But at this moment, how dare her mother dare to say anything? Immediately pursing his lips, he couldn't help but let out a soft sigh, and then closed his eyes. His whole body fell into waves of numbness that he couldn't extricate himself from. At this time, I can't speak at all. It's true that she is the one who is at fault. In this situation, if she spoke too, wouldn't it make Yang Da feel even more angry? Hopeless for help. Yang Linger felt the extreme coldness and indifference. She looked at all this in front of her in a daze, and all her thoughts split little by little. At this moment, she is completely helpless. I have already sent them back. I still have something to do, so I'll go first. Don't you want to come back? Just stay here. Fang Fan groaned, then looked at Yang Linger and reminded him. Yang Linger opened her mouth. How could she stay here? I feel inexplicably sad in my heart. Can I go back with you? I was wrong. I will be obedient in the future. Yang Linger bit her red lip, looking extremely humble. At the moment, he looked downcast. Are you arguing to leave? Fang Fan asked back. Not anymore. Not anymore. Yang Linger lowered her head and said. I don't like to push people. Next time if you play your temper again, you should know my temper. Go back by yourself. I still have something to do. After Fang Fan finished speaking, he went directly to the meeting hall in Qingzi village. There are already many people gathered here. Yang Da also rushed over non-stop. At present, the practitioners of Qingzi village and Filong village gathered together and talked with each other, and they all seemed quite nervous. Brother Fang Fan, something happened. This time, something really happened. The people of Snow Eagle Fort really agreed to our request for an alliance. The two village masters who left before are back. What's more important is that they are talking nonsense outside, saying that Lei Hai, the master of Snow Eagle Castle, wants to sworn brotherhood with you. At first, our Filong village wasn't very conspicuous, but now that it's all over, everyone has turned their attention to us. Hey! We were careless. Right now, Snow Eagle Fort is taking the lead. This Snow Eagle Fort is really shameless. How dare you use us like this? Shameless you! The posture of gnashing teeth was fully displayed, and thoughts gradually exploded in his mind. That kind of mentality is really a little out of control at the moment. It's too numb. Hateful. 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 Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and watched all this silently, with a complex look on his face. It's a good method. The Lord of Snow Eagle Castle is indeed a character. Are the two envoys from Snow Eagle Castle still there? Let him come here. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, then said indifferently. As the eyes flickered, the gleams of light in the pupils flickered. Soon, Fang Fan saw those two familiar faces. Dongping, the owner of Zai village. Gaoan, the head of Baichuan village. Master Lu Dalong. Fang Fan, deputy village master. Haha. It's really a good fate. I didn't expect to see you here again. Not bad, really good. Words of excitement gathered in all directions, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Gowan and Dongping joined hands. The two came here this time for the purpose of forming an alliance. Now, let's get straight to the point. There's no need to talk too much. Fang Fan said straightforwardly. Vice Chief Fang Fan really has a hearty personality. Since that's the case, we won't hide it anymore. Didn't Deputy Village Master Fang Fan say that he was willing to form an alliance with our Snow Eagle Castle last time? Our Castle Master is very strong about this alliance. As soon as we said it, our Lord Lei Hai agreed. We haven't seen our Castle Master be so cheerful before. This can also show from the side that our Castle Master Fang Fan's Deputy Village Master attaches great importance to Filong Village. By the way, this is the contract of alliance. Our Castle Master is as meticulous as a hare, and in order to express his sincerity, he specially brought this alliance contract. I don't know if you have the courage to sign it. Huh? If you have the courage to sign, you can sign now. If you don't have the guts, just pretend I didn't say anything. Dongping, the owner of Zai Village, said provocatively. In fact, to put it bluntly, these are some specific behavioral means. The alliance was proposed by me. You are so sincere, why don't you sign? Fang Fan smiled slightly, with an expression of indifference. After signing an alliance contract with Snow Eagle Fort, there is no need to pay too much attention to the powerful existence of Snow Eagle Fort. Their Flying Dragon Village will be able to look deeper and further into the village, or even, the fortress. The gains and losses of a city and a place are not within the scope of Fang Fan's consideration. What he wants to consider is the overall situation. It's the whole world. If you don't even have the sense of the big picture, you're really completely blind, and there's no need for it. Mentally, we must gradually stabilize. Gradually gather the beads of faith in your hands. I need more faith beads to advance to the Legion, to strengthen myself, to make myself stronger. These are not enough, not enough. Even if it is the entire Changling Mansion, the difference is too much. A village can produce thousands of faith beads every month, and 100 villages can only produce hundreds of thousands. And most of them have to be handed over to the upper echelons. Maybe only 1/10 of the remaining. Tens of thousands of faith beads every month. Fang Fan let out a foul breath, and could not help showing dissatisfaction on his face. That's it, get a hammer. Above the Palace Master is the Palace Master. On top of the Hall Master, there is also the Banner Master. It's about climbing up step by step. But the initial stage must be stable. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, nodded silently, his thoughts fluttering. Almost all of them stabilized. Thinking about it, it feels quite real. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4162. Signed directly. At this time, Dongping, the owner of Zai Village, seemed a little unconfident. Shouldn't you hesitate? Shouldn't there be a conspiracy here? Don't you think it's weird that our Snow Eagle Fort has formed an alliance with your Filong Village? Aren't you afraid that there's a mystery hidden here? So calm. Dongping's eyes flashed, and his thoughts were full of thoughts. Brother Fang Fan. Careful. Lu Dalong came over to dissuade him. Rumors are spreading around the outside world now, and those who say it are scorching words. It's unequivocal. It's absolutely certain. Now I feel that you have a deep relationship with Lei Hai, the owner of Snow Eagle Castle, even a brotherly relationship. In this case, if you don't form an alliance with them, those rumors can still be explained. But if we really form an alliance, the dirty water will be directly poured on you, brother Fang Fan. At that time, even if you regret it, if you want to pull it back, you will have no chance. Brother Fang Fan, you should understand. Maybe Chengai Fort and even Changling Mansion have already followed suit. While Lu Dalong was talking, the anxious look on his face was beyond words. The words were in place, and the black lines flickered on his forehead. In all aspects, it is natural to be more vigilant. After all, if something happens, it's a big deal. Big deal. Brother Lu, I have thought of all this since the beginning when I planned to form an alliance with them. Since we want to form a fourth force, we must seize the opportunity if we want to win a chance among these heroes in a few days. While opportunities come, there are naturally many risks. Brother Lu, if we don't even have the ability to fight risks like this, wouldn't it be a joke after all? Brother Lu, I'm not targeting you, I'm just talking about this matter. Presumably, you know it clearly in your heart. Fang Fan murmured, and as he spoke, there were flashes of light in his eyes. This time the words are displayed in place, and everyone who should understand can understand. It's useless to mess around with those who don't understand. Lu Dalong looked a little confused. After all, it is the first time to contact these things. These things were too foreign to him. It was beyond his comprehension. Therefore, it is completely normal to have strange emotions such as confusion and numbness at this time. It can only be said that this is the reaction that normal people will show. Brother Lu, do you trust me? Fang Fan felt that this sentence was enough. This sentence fully demonstrated all the gestures. Believe. I believe. Brother Fang Fan, I won't ask any more, I will follow your orders. Hey, I also know that my ability is not good enough. Sometimes the brain can't keep up. Now it's your young people's world. I've been conservative several times, but Brother Fang Fan, you turned the tide. It turns out that those are all right. Brother Fang Fan, I will be a knife in your hand from now on. I can move wherever you think you need me. There was a relieved smile on Lu Dalong's face, and he held his head high and his chest high when he spoke, with a vigorous posture. This wave of attitudes basically followed suit. The rest are minor issues. At this time, Fang Fan and Lu Dalong had reached a special sense of fit. Maybe it's just a look, you can know each other's mind. This feeling is quite good. While thoughts are flying, feelings are sweeping in place, and everything is silent. Fang Fan signed his name on the contract, and now Phi Long Jai and Snow Eagle Fort are allies. Of course, there are no perfect allies in this world. If something happens, maybe they will follow each other directly. Right now, Fang Fan just wants to take advantage of them. Of course, how could Snow Eagle Fort really want to form an alliance with their Phi Long village? Aren't they all allied with each other? After the agreement was signed, the two envoys from Snow Eagle Fort left. Then it was Fang Fan's turn to show off his skills. Next we can continue to expand. With the victory of Qingzi village this time, not only will we be able to generate thousands of faith beads every month for our own use, but also Qingzi village has accumulated almost 50,000 faith beads. This is all wealth. The wealth possessed by these big villages is indeed not comparable to that of our Phi Long village. Now we need to further attack the surrounding villages to accumulate more faith beads. Fang Fan looked at Lu Dalong and began to ask for advice. Although Phi Long Jai basically listens to him now, proper respect is still needed. Brother Fang Fan, you can just draw a line, and say that you will fight in that way and it will be over. We will fight to the end with you. Brother said, isn't it? Lu Dalong shouted loudly, and the atmosphere of the audience gathered together. Everyone looked at each other and smiled constantly at each other. At this time, I feel quite comfortable in my heart. Yeah. Follow the bloody battle with the deputy village master. Fang Fan's deputy village master is invincible. Haha. It's really great to fight with Fang Fan's deputy village chief. I still want to fight more. In this case, the benefits I can get will be even more. A cool batch. There were bursts of chaotic sounds from around, and the smiles on everyone's faces were very real. They fought with Fang Fan, and Fang Fan naturally never treated them badly. Not to mention everything else, the treasures captured were basically rewarded to them. And each person can also get 10 beads of faith. Isn't that cool enough? In terms of cultivation, it seems that there is no limit. That feeling is extremely refreshing. As thoughts fluttered, the smiles on the corners of his mouth increased. What a cool word. Knowing in your heart is more important than anything else. As a leader, you can't just make yourself fat, you have to make everyone look the same. In this way, everyone will appear happy in their hearts, and will feel inexplicably happy in their hearts. The true meaning of this is to tell anyone. In this wave, all kinds of feelings are smoothly displayed in place. After taking down the Millennium Village, apart from the rewards that were handed out, I still have almost 40,000 faith beads left in my hands. It's almost enough for 3 legions to be promoted from the absolute demigod realm to the 1-star false god realm. Fang Fan licked his lips and had to say, this is always the most exciting moment. Immediately, it will be fully elegant. In terms of mentality and consciousness, I can't grasp it more or less. At this moment, the infinite radiance flickered abruptly, appearing full of passion. Let's choose to advance to the Dragon Army, the Blood Shura Army, and the Gatling Army. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4163. With the faith bead in his hand and enough capital to be promoted to the Legion, Fang Fan wanted to directly choose to be promoted. The last thing Fang Fan wanted to do was to wait and wait. That's the most boring thing. Once you have a direction, just go straight to the end and you're done. Chirping, what does it look like? Choose to promote the Blood Shura Legion, the Gothic Gatling Legion, and the Dragon Man Legion. Ding. Consumed 12,000 faith beads and successfully purchased 12,000 god-level promotion cards. The Blood Shura Legion of the Supreme Demigod Realm has successfully promoted to the 1-star pseudo-god realm. Ding. Consumed 12,000 faith beads and successfully purchased 12,000 god-level promotion cards. The Gatling Legion of the Supreme Demigod Realm Gothic Destroyer God has successfully promoted to the 1-star pseudo-god realm. Ding. Consumed 13,000 faith beads and successfully purchased 13,000 god-level promotion cards. The Supreme Demigod Realm Divine Dragon Legion successfully promoted to 1-star pseudo-god realm. After almost consuming the faith orb, Fang Fan's army will be upgraded again. Now under Fang Fan's command, there are 3 1-star pseudo-god realm legions and 7 top half-god realm legions. These are all things that can be shown. After the 1-star pseudo-god realm Divine Dragon Legion has used the Legion's exclusive skill Human Dragon Unity, within 1 hour, I can have 18 2-star pseudo-god realm battle strength. After the 1-star pseudo-god realm Blood Shura Legion used the Legion's exclusive skill Sura Unity, within 10 minutes, they were able to display the 3-star pseudo-god realm combat power. Plus the comprehensive bonus of the 6 1-star pseudo-god realm legions under my command. At the critical moment, even if you can't beat 1 or 2 3-star pseudo-god realm powerhouses, at least you won't be so scared. Continue. Continue to gather faith beads. Continuously work towards this aspect and goal. In this way, the gap between each other will be narrowed little by little. Well, that's it? That's it? The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, and he felt quite elated at the moment. After coming to God's domain for so long, I finally have a certain idea and purpose. For now, just proceed according to this concept and purpose. It's not like I'm always in a daze, not knowing what I'm tossing about. That feeling is really not that good. In the next few days, Fang Fan took down 2 surrounding villages one after another, and harvested tens of thousands of faith beads. During the battle, the one-star pseudo-god Gatling Legion is fully fired, and the battle can basically be resolved in one round. After all, for those ordinary members of the village, they are all below the pseudo-god realm, and naturally they cannot withstand the full-scale fire of the one-star pseudo-god Gatling machine gunners. Once a magazine is fired, the enemy is basically invisible in front of the eyes. Sometimes the momentum that is displayed is so surging. A wave of suppression is in place, leaving you nowhere to go. Basically, during the battle, the legions under Fang Fan's command were sweeping. Even if the village master encountered was a little stronger, as long as the Blood Shuro Legion and the Shenlong Gran Legion cooperated well, they could win quickly. Now we have the territory of 4 villages. It's almost equivalent to half a castle. If it was placed before, no matter what, I would never have imagined that today will happen. What a surprise! What a shock! It's unimaginable. Hiss. Really? These are all true, all of them are true. A murmur sound followed, and the eyes sparkled infinitely. While talking at this moment, the corners of his mouth could not help but twitch slightly. Pity. We're useless. Brother Fang Fan, you fought all the battles. Why? We can't get in at all. Brother Fang Fan, who are those brothers under your command? Why does it feel like it's getting stronger and stronger now? Every one of them seems to have some unique talents and strengths. It's not normal, it's really not normal. Just looking at it carefully a few times, it's trembling boundlessly. Whispering to himself followed, and Lu Dalong couldn't help feeling more sighs while being excited. The more I think about it, the more it feels wrong. Co-author, are they all trash? They are all useless people, and they are all people who share the credit. What's the use of taking them with them? Meaningless. Forward. They do have some special gifts. However, if Brother Lu wasn't there for you to lead the way, they would seem to be blind, unable to understand the surrounding situation at all. Brother Lu, it's still the old rule, all the treasures are divided. Then the brothers each have 10 beads of faith. The rest of the faith beads, I will accept them with a smile. Fang Fan said with a smile. What he needs most is the faith bead, and he doesn't care about the rest. Brother Fang Fan, hey. You don't get paid for nothing. We've been eating and drinking for nothing for so long. We really can't take any more. Brother Fang Fan, you have no idea how much these treasures are worth. In fact, if you convert it, these treasures are even more valuable than all the beads of faith. It just takes a little time to exchange. You need to find the right channel. Lu Dalong couldn't help reminding. Time is money. For the time being, I don't have so much energy to be involved in this. Brother Lu, the next step I plan to continue to advance towards the east, and then take this stockade. In this way, there are 5 villages in the territory actually controlled by our Long village. That's the so-called half-fortress land. With this half of the fortress, we will be able to participate in this battle if we recruit more troops. Fang Fan licked his lips, and while talking, his eyes couldn't help but flash with excitement. What should come will always follow. Everything will show different splendor. Immediately, it exploded in an all-round way. With such a rhythm, who can tell it more? Bright and real. It's not good. It's not good. Village Master. Deputy Village Master. A big deal. A big deal. There were bursts of excited shouts outside, and for a while, the scene seemed very shocking. What's wrong? Fang Fan frowned, looked at Qin Yang and said. Qin Yang has always been a relatively calm person, why did he suddenly become so anxious today? Gudong. Call. Village Master and Deputy Village Master, our hometown has been copied. Yes, it's Ma Yuliang. That bastard Ma Yuliang is back. He borrowed troops from Chingai Fort and invaded our Phi Long village. The dozen or so brothers left behind by us in Phi Long village were all killed by him. The family members of our brothers in Phi Long Jai were also beheaded. Those heads are piled up like a mountain. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4164. Qin Yang burst into tears. There are also his relatives in it. At this moment, the state is insane to the extreme. As the corners of his mouth twitched, all consciousness was about to be torn apart. Fang Fan's face darkened slightly, and there was a hint of hostility in his eyes. Ma Yuliang. He dares to come back and seek death. Assemble the people of Phi Long Jai. Follow me and kill back. Fang Fan snorted coldly, then ordered. This time, Fang Fan was really angry. As his eyes flickered, there seemed to be endless flames burning all over his body. Brother Fang Fan. Let's go. Let's go back together. Ma Yuliang, you bastard. He's going to do everything right. The matter of entrapping us as cannon fodder before has not been explained clearly, but now you dare to come here and be arrogant. This turtle son must die. Must die. The posture of gnashing teeth was fully displayed, and the sound of breathing became more and more rapid as he spoke. Lu Dalong's eyes even gradually gathered bloodshot eyes. At this moment, those angry emotions are hard to contain. The more I think about it, the more restless I feel in my heart. All this hateful thing. Kill. 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 Kill potion directly. With this in mind, his complexion became more and more gloomy. At that moment, it turned out that the people from Phi Long Jai had already gathered. At this moment, with the same enemy, we will kill Ma Yuliang. The whole army marches. Directly attack Phi Long Jai. This is a murderous team. All kinds of bloody aura gathered in an all-round way, which inexplicably made people feel a sense of surging blood. A few hours later, we arrived at Phi Long Jai. At this moment in Phi Long Jai, Ma Yuliang has recruited a group of women again, and they are drunk there. Tisk. Comfortable. It's really comfortable. Yes. That's how it feels. Ha ha ha. The village master is back. You bunch of rubbish. Do you all think that the village master has no chance to stand up? Ah. Did you see those heads outside? It's just for you to see. Snort. A group of things without eyesight. Don't be afraid. Take it easy. I won't kill you all now. Tisk. If you are all dead now, it would be so boring, wouldn't it? You still have to play with the village master. Ha 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 ha. Are you all trembling? Tremble. I just like watching you trembling. The more you tremble, the more excited I am. No, 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 I can't take it anymore. Ah. Ah. Scream up. Aren't you afraid? Why doesn't fear scream? Ah. Scream. Shout. Hesteri's roar followed, and his eyeballs instantly turned blood red. This Ma Yuliang is essentially a pervert. When Fang Fan saw him for the first time, he was crazily abusing those women. He liked the feeling of insanity. Looking at it now, it's about the same. In essence, it just looks so rampant. My lord, we're doing this, isn't it a little too much? In case Fangfan Lu Dalong and the others come back from killing. On the side, his confidant Sun Zhan couldn't help reminding. How bad is the current situation? Don't you have any points in your heart? Are you still here drunk and dreaming? Are you really not afraid of death? In the current situation, you will be crushed in minutes. Kill back. Ha 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 ha. What are you saying? What are you talking about? Aren't they going to die when they come back? Let them come. Come. There are 500 people of mine in Phi Long village. Hee hee. This is half of the entire Qinghai fortress. If he dares to come, I will kill him. Ma Yuliang's face was cold and disdainful. Now he feels like God. It is king. Whoever comes will die. Just so confident. Master walled master, these 500 soldiers will leave one day. The castle master will not let them stay here for too long. If they don't go back for too long, the castle master will be angry. Sun Jian reminded again. Angry. Is he worthy? This kind of sand sculpture, don't care at all. It does not matter. If it wasn't for the main force of the village to turn the tide this time, would Filong village be able to take it back? Can he do business in front of the palace master? I mean so much to him. As for the 500 soldiers and horses, the generals will not accept military orders abroad. Why do I have to listen to him? That doesn't make any sense. Can't I think for myself? Especially at a time like this, I always want to count in my heart, don't I? Ridiculous. Simply ridiculous. But you reminded me. This time, I really can't be reckless. I need to calm down. At least this rhythm must be steady. The 500 men are my capital. Changling Mansion is already in chaos. In this troubled world, loyalty and disloyalty, kindness and kindness are all nonsense. Only if the fist is hard is the truth. In this case, I can't let these 500 soldiers go back. I'm going to keep them. Make them mine. In this way, no matter whether Lord Palace Master continues to be Palace Master or Lord Lehi becomes Palace Master, I will have the resources to negotiate with them. At this time, Ma Yuliang's IQ went online again. He pushed the woman in his arms away, frowning at this moment, and couldn't help but start to think deeply. The more things you think about in your mind, the more your eyes flicker. Thoughts drifted away, everything was silent. I always feel that there is a problem here, a big problem. My lord, what do you want to do? If you do this, Lord Castle Master will not let you go. The reason why the master of the castle asked you to bring the troops back this time is actually to use you. In the heart of the castle master, I have never believed you. The confidant Sun Jian couldn't help but said. Although he was beaten to death by Ma Yuliang before, for some reason, after Ma Yuliang returned to Filongjai, he couldn't help but keep up. After all, he saw Ma Yuliang's future. If he just leaves now, where can he go? The future is confused. If you follow Ma Yuliang's words, at least you can get the position of deputy village master. Besides, if he runs away now, wouldn't all the suffering he suffered before be in vain? When I think of this, I can't help but start to overwhelm the sea in my heart. He was thinking a lot, his consciousness was confused, and his expression became distorted little by little. All kinds of consciousness and ideas are undergoing a comprehensive transformation. It feels quite real. After all, profit comes first. For the benefit, the past can also be forgotten. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4165. My village master needs your reminder. Do you really think this village master is a fool? This village master doesn't understand anything. This village master just doesn't want to say more. What a big deal. I know in my heart how the castle lord treats me. This old man is nothing. It cut off one of my arms before. After that, I felt that I still had some use value, so I was pulled back. His small thoughts, I have long understood. Sand sculpture, it's just a sand sculpture. There is no need to care too much at all. But now I still need to make excuses with him. I have to use him. If I put these 500 soldiers back, I will really have nothing. Then I, the village owner, am just an empty shell, and my mess is worse than before. At that time, anyone who comes here can hang and beat me. I'm not stupid. I am as wise as a fool. Ah! It's ridiculous that those people in Shanghai Castle are laughing at me. Hey, they are the real silly kids. Call me the leaders of the 500 people later. It's mainly the leaders of the 5 one-star pseudo-god realms. As long as they are subdued, there will be no problem. As for the ordinary soldiers, I can handle them in minutes. Ma Yuliang waved his hand and said indifferently. However, he needs to stabilize the 5 one-star pseudo-god generals. After all, he is in the same realm as him. It's not impossible to suppress him by force. Zai moves with emotion and reason? This is all nonsense. The key is interest. Humph. I can't believe that these people don't like faith beads. I used all my savings to support these 100 generals. Then find them some women to accompany them. In this case, don't you all obey my orders? There will be absolutely no problems at that time. Well. Now, just follow this step. Basically the problem is not big. The main thing is how to deal with the next thing. This is the most important thing. I need to expand my territory. I need enough land to support these people. But since I have so many soldiers and horses in my hands, am I afraid that I won't be able to support them? So those shouldn't be an issue either. Perhaps, this is really my chance. I, Ma Yuliang, can't just be a village owner forever. I still have hope. I still have dreams. I want a bloody battle. I want a bloody battle to the end. Forge ahead. Fight. 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 Hesteri's roar came, and Ma Yuliang suddenly felt that he could do it. Gradually, there is more passion in my heart. Even if I, Ma Yuliang, can't be the palace lord, the position of castle lord may not be impossible to compete for. I'm Ma Yuliang. It's not too bad. I, Ma Yuliang. I am the god of tomorrow. I, Ma Yuliang. I am God. I am God. Ma Yuliang beat the table with both hands excitedly. At this moment, the corners of his mouth twitched, and all his thoughts exploded instantly. Excited heart, trembling hands. At this moment, that kind of idea is hard to conceal the refreshingness. War. 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 According to the established direction, fully implement. In this way, the tyranny will follow in the heart. Report. Report. My lord. Lu Dalong and Fang Fan are back. At this moment, a young man ran over outside, very nervously said. What are you nervous about? What's there to be nervous about? Snort. There's nothing you can't see. Trash stuff. Shame. The sound of disdain followed, and then it was crushed directly. That proud posture made people feel inexplicably disgusted and irritated. Walk. Follow the village master and kill Fang Fan. This guy's head is very valuable. After all, they are all named by the palace master. As long as we can seize the opportunity, are we afraid that we won't be able to hold them? Oh. A joke. It's really a joke. This time, just follow the steps. Walk. If you don't accept the military merits sent to your door, you will really be a sand sculpture. Ma Yuliang waved his hand, looking very indifferent. All over the body, that Ling Ran posture was vividly displayed. At this moment, there are flashes of light in the eyes, and they are currently advancing crazily. According to the established direction, it came like this. Outside Feilong village. The two sides are against each other. Fang Fan glanced at the heads piled up next to the village, his body trembled inexplicably, his eyes flickered, and his breathing suddenly stopped. At this moment, the corner of his mouth twitched, and he didn't understand why. All consciousness seems to be emptied at this moment. In a trance, as if seeing something, but also as if seeing nothing. The things in front of me are inexplicably hopeless. That's my old father's head. Roar. My child. Ma Yuliang. You bastard. My son. There were bursts of crying and shouting around. Apparently quite a few people have seen their loved ones. But now they are not complete bodies. Fang Fan's heart darkened. He feels responsible too. At the beginning, Fi Longjai was ignored, and this place was not guarded, so Ma Yuliang, a bastard, had an opportunity to take advantage of it. As a leader, it is too wrong to make such a low-level mistake. Yo! Why are you crying? When you rebelled against the village master, weren't you all very resolute? Ah! At that time, the owner of this village was not allowed to return to Fi Long village. I want the village master to get out. What now? How about now? Hee hee. A joke. It's just a joke. You people, to put it bluntly, you need to clean up. What's the use of crying here now? If you didn't betray me back then, wouldn't these things happen? However, the owner of this village is also a bodhisattva. How about this? Now you put down your weapons and roll over obediently, maybe the village master can save your life and make you eligible to be my slaves. How? Isn't this suggestion very tempting? What are the expressions and attitudes of each of them? Unwilling. If you don't like it, you can die. Ma Yuliang directly filled the taunt. At this moment, the whole person looked extremely proud, and the brilliance in his eyes flickered infinitely as he spoke. This gesture is shown to the extreme. At this moment, the more I talked, the more excited I became. Didn't you let us be cannon fodder at the beginning, trying to kill us? When did we betray you? You femme fatale bastard. You are a wolf-hearted dog. I'm going to kill you and avenge my son. Kill. 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 Kill Ma Yuliang, that bastard. Anyone who gets a beast will be punished. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4166. The atmosphere of the audience swept in place. At this moment, the fierce light in each eyeball was flickering non-stop. That sense of anger is hard to put into words. Crazy, and surprised. The whole person seemed to be completely melted. At this moment, his body was trembling non-stop, and his eyes were full of murderous intent. At the moment, it is completely in a state of ignorance. I can't wait to bump my head to death there. That feeling, that taste, is too difficult. The mentality completely broke down. Fang Fan could clearly feel the evil spirit gathering around him. It's really too cheap to shoot you to death like this. It's not enough to kill 1,000 cuts. I'm going to cut you into pieces first, then bring you back to life, and then light you up as a sky lantern. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, he was strangely angry at this moment. While speaking, there was a chill. At the moment, it seems that everything around him is going to be completely wiped out. That kind of mood, that artistic conception, can only be understood by experiencing that feeling of collapse. Gradually, the feeling and consciousness came into being, and the rhythm also collapsed. Ah! Fang Fan! You little bastard is really daring. What do you really think you are? There are no tigers and monkeys in the mountains to be kings. When the village master didn't come back, it made you crazy for a while, but now that the village master has returned, do you think you still have a chance? It's time for your death. You group of rebels, one counts as one, and you all have to die. G. Those who betray the village master will not end well. Did you see the army behind the village master? 500 people. A total of 500 elites. This is half of the elites in Changaibao. Just rely on your 3 melons and 2 dates. Joke. Forget it, stop talking nonsense. Let's go. Catch that Fang Fan alive, don't kill him. According to what he just said, first cut him into pieces, then save him, and then light him a sky lantern. Oh. It's more enjoyable this way. A sneer followed, and for a while, all kinds of surprises were fully in place. Gradually, there seemed to be waves of Hestia's oppressive feeling sweeping over. That feeling surged all over his body. For a while, I couldn't control the joyful thoughts at all. Boom boom boom. 500 soldiers began to advance. Fire! Fang Fan waved his hand, and the 12 Gothic Gatling gunners pulled the trigger immediately. Boom! Bang bang bang! This is sweeping. No surprises. Pieces of blood froth flew in front of his eyes. Looking at the past, blood watered everything. The sense of despair deep in his heart gradually went numb. Immediately, a word could not be uttered. After a shuttle of bullets was fired, more than half of the 500 people had been killed or injured. And at this moment, they didn't even remember what happened. Anyway, I am now looking at everything around me in a daze. While the eyeballs were trembling, the rhythm was completely suppressed. There is quite an urge to vomit blood. This. It's numb, really numb. Numb mind, numb sea of consciousness, numb everything. There were corpses all over the ground. How so? Is this a blindfold? Why did you come back? Rush. Rush for me. Talking to you, didn't you hear me? Ah. Everyone, are they all dumb? Ah. Cheer up the labor and management. Come on. Come on. One by one, why have they all become such sand sculptures? Talking to you guys. Have a little brain, can't you? Ah. Ma Yuliang went crazy again. At this moment, I couldn't help shouting crazily. But at the moment, few people are willing to obey his orders. One by one, they are basically paddling. Run first, who the hell will heed your call? That is the real death. At this moment, there is a wave of suppression. Master, let's run. They came prepared. They're too strong. These people holding strange weapons may be the soldiers and horses of Snow Eagle Fort. We can't beat it. Continuing to fight will only fail. We'll be in danger then. Taking advantage of this golden opportunity, hurry up and run away, maybe you can still seize it. The voice of whispering to himself followed, and the body couldn't help but trembled. His confidant Sun Jian dissuaded him. Snapped. A loud slap came, and Sun Jian felt a slap on the face, and then he staggered away, almost falling directly. Trouble my military mind. Court death. If it weren't for the sake of you and me for many years, the village owner will kill you now. It's just a trick of the enemy. What's there to be afraid of? Heh. It's just a blindfold. Hit me. Hit me. My village master doesn't believe it anymore. Call me all. Whoever dares to slack off will be killed by the village master. Hesteri's roar came, and Ma Yuliang went completely crazy. Sun Jian was slapped and didn't say anything. You asked for death yourself, and it has nothing to do with me. Sun Jian gritted his teeth and ran away quickly. While there is still a chance to escape, run away quickly. As for that idiot Ma Yuliang, there is a high probability that he will kill himself. Now it seems that there is no hope at all. Desperate here, this is his only consciousness. More or less, that's it. Remember. It's rather sad. Just die. It's that cold. There is no hope at all. 500 soldiers and horses were quickly emptied. Except for a few sporadic ones who ran away quickly, the rest became the souls of the Gothic Gatling machine gunners. At this moment, each of them was shaking their bodies. But what's the use? Death is dead, you are still in a stalemate here? Where is the meaning? Only one slap can slap you to death, that's how realistic it is. Brother Fang Fan, I knew you were powerful before, but I didn't expect you to be so powerful now. Half the strength of Qinghai Fortress was wiped out so easily by you. Brother Fang Fan, your growth rate is too fast. I have been completely eliminated. Why? I thought I would be able to help you more after I was promoted to the 1-star pseudo-god realm. Right now, there is no chance to play at all right now. Brother Fang Fan, your flood dragon is about to become a golden dragon. Looking at Fang Fan, Lu Dalong couldn't help sighing leisurely. Is this the pride of heaven? I still remember when I first met Fang Fan, he looked so immature. In the quasi-demigod state, he couldn't even enter the gate of Fi Longjai, so he entered Fi Longjai only because of his relationship with Lu Dalong. But how long has it been? A month? Or 2 months? He has grown into a big boss on the ruling side. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4167. Dreamlike. Zhuang Shengxiao dreamed of butterflies. I don't know if this is real or just a dream. I always feel that there is a hint of ignorance and numbness in it. As if it shouldn't be here. That taste and that feeling seemed particularly unique for a while. As thoughts fluttered, there was a feeling of ignorance. Fang Fan led the people forward. At this moment, there was no one around Ma Yuliang. Ran. All followed suit. There is only one person left. He glanced at the dead bodies all over the floor, and the hoarse yelling gradually stopped. At this moment, he looked around with confused eyes, and cold sweat trickled down his forehead. The sense of despair in the depths of my heart invaded in place, and at this moment I don't know how to express that messy mind. Hemp, now it's really hemp. The more I think about it, the more my brain hurts. Rhythm or something, already messed up. It's nothing, just playing around a bit. This kind of life, is too hopeless. At this moment, I just think about roaring wildly. It's as if these growls are the only ones that lead you into the right opening. Where are people? Where did everyone go? Return. Bring back to the village master. Dare to betray the village master. You are dead. You are dead. The village master will not let you go. Bastards. You bastards. What do you think of this village master? Ah. Ah. Don't come here, don't come here. I am the owner of Fi Long village. I am your justifiable village master. My village master will not pursue your treason. Come back. You all come back. This village master has already talked to you like this. Don't you understand? The owner of the village will not pursue it. The yelling gradually became numb. With an excited heart and trembling hands, only by experiencing it personally can one understand the bitterness of it. Too difficult. Ma Yuliang collapsed on the ground. He wanted to escape, but he found that all the way out was blocked. And he was shocked to find that when did these people have a 1-star pseudo-god level cultivation? One by one, they all have the realm of the village master. How could it be possible? What the hell is this place? This is not the Fi Longjai he is familiar with. It's changed. Everything has changed. Why do you treat him like this? Ah! Ah! Hesteri's roar came, and his eyes gradually turned red. One can imagine how painful that feeling was. Numbing the moment, the rhythm is curbed by madness. That's pretty much it. Become sand sculpture again and again. Lu Dalong. Brother Big Dragon. Do you remember? I was the one who promoted you to be the leader. I rewarded you with so many treasures before. Fang Fan. Your name is Fang Fan, right? I let you enter the Phi Long village back then. I am very kind to you, underworld fighter. I don't expect you to repay your kindness, but let me go, isn't that too much? Just let me go, I'll go now, I'll go right away, I will never stay here. Just get me out of here. I can't stay in this place, I really can't stay anymore. Let me go. Let me go. Disorderly shouts followed. Immediately, there were already bursts of crying. One can imagine how insane that state is. All the consciousness invasions are in place, and the numb will is suppressing you crazily. Difficult, too difficult. Is this not difficult? I'm about to cry. Do you think, possible? When you raised the butcher's knife, you should have thought that you would end up like this. Is not it? Fang Fan's gaze gradually became cold, and there was a very strong sense of oppression while speaking. Ma Yuliang couldn't breathe under the pressure. Ma Yuliang looked around and felt that he was now in the wolf's den. All crazy. Horrible. Terrible. Everyone's thoughts were messed up, and they were completely torn apart. What and what? The pupils of these people are full of extreme resentment. All of them wished they could eat all the flesh from his body. Ma Yuliang's heart instantly fell to the bottom. At this moment, he no longer harbors any unwarranted hopes. Impossible. Only one way of thinking. He was judged directly. This is his final outcome. I am dead. I can't live anyway. I'm going to kill myself. Right. Quick self-judgment. Otherwise, if it falls into the hands of these bastards, the village owner may really be cut to pieces. Gudong. Beads of sweat rolled down Ma Yuliang's forehead. While talking at this moment, in the depths of his eyes, infinite horror is gathering. While speaking, his footsteps retreated crazily, and the sense of despair in his whole body invaded his bones. For a while, it was completely unclear. That's it, that's all. He took out a long sword and put it between his neck, ready to kill himself. But now he hesitated a little. Just as he was hesitating, a blood shura had rushed over to block the long sword in his hand. The Lord has commanded that this person cannot die so easily. Immediately, Ma Yuliang was tied up. What are you doing? What are you doing? What did you tie up the village master for? You rebels. Ah! Go away. Go away. My village master fought with you. Fight. Get out. Get out. Kill me if you can. Kill me now. Ah! Do you have the guts? Hee hee. Are you scared? Trash. You are all a bunch of trash. Garbage. It's all garbage. Go away. Go away. Hesteri's roar came, and there was more hatred in the depths of his eyes. The anxious mood at this moment can be imagined. The whole body is shaking. Who can stand this? The rubbish. These bastards. Damn it all. Damn it. I can't wait to kill them all. Die. All must die. Want to die, it's simple, but it's not simple. Those blood debts cannot be resolved with a single sword. Didn't I tell you before? I'll cut you to pieces once. Then heal you. After that, I will light the sky lantern for you. At the very least, let you, a scum, have some effect in the end. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, and he couldn't help nodding as he spoke, with the same smile on his face. This state is called a comfortable state. The whole person seemed to become smug. Fang Fan. You poisonous scorpion. Don't. Let the main body of this village die with dignity. I'm going to die. Kill me. Kill me quickly. Give me a good time. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 4168. Such shouts followed and swept in place. The brilliance in the eyes flickered infinitely. At this moment, all the patterns exploded. For a time, directly suppressed to the extreme. This state is inexplicably heartbreaking. Stimulation is in place, almost perfect. You can go up. Let's vent. But be careful, don't hack him to death with a single knife. Let's keep it flowing. Let him suffer a little bit. Fang Fan waved his hand and said to the practitioners in Filongjai. Thank you, Deputy Village Master. The crowd thanked them, and immediately threw themselves on Ma Yuliang. Some people still carry a weapon anyway, some of their fists, their teeth are weapons. The fists fell on Ma Yuliang's body crazily, and the teeth gnawed at the flesh and blood of Ma Yuliang's body crazily, which made Ma Yuliang feel the pain. The hatred exploded completely. After accumulating hatred for so long, I really can't let it go at this moment. For a while, he was completely in a state of madness. Their respective mentalities are completely insane. A series of roars from Hestia were about to burn down everything around them. Excited, and surging. For a while, I couldn't grasp the sense of proportion at all. Various states also make people feel extremely crazy. Seeing that the brothers in Filongjai could vent their negative emotions, Fang Fan heaved a sigh of relief. Fang Fan was really afraid that they would go crazy. It's so good now. Bury these corpses. Fang Fan looked at the soldiers of the Legion and said in a low voice. After the matter here is cleaned up, the blood stains are gone. Filongjai seemed to have returned to its previous state. It's just that the current Filongjai is even more lonely. Too many people passed away. Brother Fang Fan, your previous thought was correct. Weak really can only be manipulated by others. I don't know when I will become one of the graves. My previous thoughts were too timid. If we want to gain a foothold in this troubled world, we have to become stronger. Brother Fang Fan, just tell me, how will we fight next? You say something, and the brothers will follow you. You can go up the mountain of knives or down into the sea of fire. If it really doesn't work, I'll take Qinghai Fort. The reason why Ma Yuliang was able to come back so aggressively this time is because of the 500 elite soldiers provided by Qinghai Fort. Otherwise our Filong village wouldn't have been slaughtered here. While Lu Dalong was talking, the corners of his mouth couldn't help twitching wildly. At this moment, the brilliance in the eyes is flickering without limit. The ideal state has completely collapsed. At this moment, in a state of dissociation. His eyes are scattered, he doesn't know what to do, his rhythm is slow, and his steps seem not so steady. For a while, it was extremely numb. Too difficult. The more I think about it, the more disturbed I become. Qinghai Fort, I will definitely take it. But not now. This Qinghai Fortress, the fifth order pseudo-god realm. There are still a few second-tier false gods and third-tier false gods under his command. Rush directly, our current strength is not enough. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and said immediately. If possible, he also wants to launch an attack now. But this kind of thing is not so converted. There has to be a saying here. It can't be this mess all the time. It has to be handled well. Fang Fan licked his lips, his expression gradually became numb, and his thoughts gradually increased. We still need to continue to strengthen ourselves. You can take away all the remaining villages in Qinghai Fort first. Then gather a batch of supplies. When the supplies are sufficient, it will be time for us to attack Qinghai Fort. In order to avoid suspicion, we have never attacked the stockade belonging to Qinghai Fort. This time they are looking for death themselves, so there is no way. Brother Lu, lead me the way to kill the village of Qinghai Bao. Fang Fan waved his hand and said indifferently. Fang Fan has never been a person who likes to procrastinate. Now that the plan has been made, it will be fine to implement the plan according to this plan. Just like it is now, it is good to fully implement it. Fang Fan squinted his eyes, thinking to himself, the brilliance in his eyes flickered infinitely. Everything is being gathered together in an all-round way. On the first day, Fang Fan ran thousands of miles to attack Weigong village in Qinghai Fort, killing them directly. 30,000 belief beads were seized, and countless treasures. The next day, Fang Fan raided the Pingzhou village of Qinghai Fort, charged directly in, and seized 50,000 faith beads. The third day. On the ninth day, Fang Fan raided Yinggang village in Qinghai Fort and seized 27,000 faith beads. In 9 days, 9 villages were destroyed. There are 10 villages under Qinghai Fort, including Filong village, exactly 10. Basically, no decent resistance was encountered. As for the harvest, Fang Fan glanced at it, and found that each village can provide an average of 30,000 to 40,000 faith beads. There are more than 300,000 faith beads in the 9 villages together. In addition, Lu Dalong also sold some of the seized materials and recovered more than 100,000 faith beads. Added together, there are 500,000 faith beads. Now Fang Fan followed suit. Except for a small part of these belief beads to reward everyone, the rest are all with Fang Fan. Now I have 3 one-star pseudo-god realm legions under my command, namely the Blood Shuro Legion, the Gothic Destroyer Gatling Legion, and the Shenlong Gran Legion. The remaining 7 are all the top demigod realm legions. This is not enough, far from enough. First raise the other 7 legions under your hand to the 1-star pseudo-god realm. Start promotion. Ding. Consumed 86,000 faith beads and successfully purchased 86,000 god-level promotion cards, and 7 supreme demigod level legions were successfully promoted to 1-star pseudo-god level. In this way, all the top 10 legions under Fang Fan's command were promoted to the 1-star pseudo-god realm. This is panache. There are still about 400,000 faith beads left. It is impossible to promote all the top 10 legions to a level. But you can promote 3 more 1-star pseudo-god realm legions to 2-star pseudo-god realm. Let's choose the 3 legions before. After a comprehensive judgment, the combination of these 3 legions is the strongest. Start to promote the Blood Shuro Legion, Gothic Destroyer Gatling Legion and Dragon Man Legion. Ding. Consumed 120,000 faith beads and successfully purchased 120,000 god-level promotion cards, the 1-star pseudo-god realm Blood Shuro Legion successfully promoted to 2-star pseudo-god realm. Ding. Consumed 130,000 faith beads and successfully purchased 130,000 god-level promotion cards, the 1-star pseudo-god God Destroyer Gatling Legion successfully promoted to 2-star pseudo-god realm. Ding. Consumed 110,000 faith beads and successfully purchased 110,000 god-level promotion cards, the 1-star pseudo-god realm Divine Dragon Army successfully promoted to 2-star pseudo-god realm. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4169. Very refreshing promotion. Fang Fan let out a sigh of relief. Everything is developing according to the direction of his thinking. For a while, the rhythm was steady. Fang Fan's expression changed slightly, and some special thoughts began to appear in his mind. These are all carried out in accordance with this direction and rhythm. It feels quite comfortable. 7 1-star pseudo-god realm legions and 3 2-star pseudo-god realm legions, who am I afraid of? It's time to choose to attack Qinghai Fort. The rest of Qinghai Bao are not a problem. It's just that Su Dakai, the 5th order pseudo-god realm castle master of Qinghai Castle, is a bit unstable. Even if the 2-star pseudo-god realm Blood Shura Legion uses the Legion's exclusive skill Sura Unity, it can only display the 4-star pseudo-god realm combat power, and it can only last for 10 minutes. It feels a little less meaningful. At that time, even if Nyan, the heavenly mystery star disciple's god position effect is brought into play, it will be difficult to win directly. So if you attack Shanghai Fort, you still can't be too careless. The best way is naturally to outsmart. As for what it will look like in the end, I don't know. There's something mixed in here. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, thinking to himself. His eyes seemed a little wavering. Continue to perform your own operations according to the established direction, maybe there will be some new experiences. Fang Fan shook his head, with different expressions. In terms of resources, places like Shanghai Fort must have the richest resources. After destroying 9 villages, we got hundreds of thousands of faith beads. Maybe just a Long Sea castle can bring more than that. Call. This is a very exciting thing. Each village can harvest an average of 5,000 faith beads a month, and hand over 10% to the castle owner, which is 500. 10 village owners will contribute 5,000. 5,000 a month, 50,000 a year. 100 years is 5 million. Although most of it will be used to support the army in the castle and to cultivate myself, even if only 10% is left, it will be a big deal. After all, Shanghai Fortress has been stable for more than 100 years. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and began to look forward to the wonderful future. Thinking of it now, the corners of his mouth can't help but flutter all over. The more you think about it, the more abrupt your consciousness becomes. Everything follows this rhythm. It won't feel too bad in the future. It's decided, let's fight Shanghai Fort. The momentum must be brought out. If it really doesn't work, let the Gothic destroyer Gatling Legion kill those little guys in Shanghai Castle first, and then leave the owner of Shanghai Castle Su Dakai alone, and then carry out a full-scale siege. Can he still escape? Fang Fan sneered, walking in this direction, absolutely no problem. At the same time, in Shanghai Fort, the air was gloomy. My lord, you want to regain the lost ground for our Weigong village. My lord, you want to avenge our brothers in Taigo village. My lord, Weipinglei village. 9 villages were taken away, and many people died, but half of the village owners ran back. Seeing that something was wrong, I immediately oiled the soles of my feet. Su Dakai, the owner of Shanghai Castle, is now the first and the second big. That Fang Fan, is he really that powerful? Could it be that Snow Eagle Fort has been supporting them from behind? If that's the case, it makes sense. It's very likely that's it. Call. The current situation is like this, it's useless. Now, how to deal with it? Do you have any strategies to retreat from the enemy? Don't keep yelling in my castle master's ear, you guys also think of a way, okay? You can't just let the castle master think about it all the time, can you? Indeed, I am the owner of Shanghai Castle, but once Shanghai Castle collapses, what benefits will you have? Aren't you still going to perish here with the owner of this castle? Su Dakai, the owner of Shanghai Fortress, growled at the crowd with a dark face. Oh shit. These trash, when they are free, discuss it a few times, and they are very excited. One is more cheerful than the other. If something happened to her, she would be completely cowardly looking at her ghostly appearance. On weekdays, I really pampered these trash. If you provoke him, you should kill all these bastards. Thinking of this, my brain couldn't help but ache. Too difficult. Rhythm and so on are also completely disordered. Explain. It has to be said. Everyone must say a strategy. Otherwise, no one will leave today. Everyone stay here forever. Don't even eat, you're all here to spend time with the lord of the castle. The master of this castle has trouble sleeping and eating, so don't think about it. Su Dakai, the owner of Chingai Fortress, roared gloomily. The practitioners below looked at each other in blank dismay. How did the flames vent on them? Even if they say 1,000 words and 10,000, they are also innocent. Who knew something like this would happen? Isn't this completely ignorant? This time, the numbness was even stronger. While his thoughts were flying, his consciousness seemed to be even more stretched. My lord, in fact, we shouldn't have followed the orders of my lord to attack Fi Longjai. At the beginning, Ma Yuliang, an idiot, should not have led troops to attack Fi Long village. I heard that Ma Yuliang, an idiot, led troops to slaughter all the old, weak, women and children in Fi Long village. It is precisely because of this that Fang Fan was completely angered. What this Fang Fan is doing now is nothing more than taking revenge on us. That's right, Master Castle, why did you use Ma Yuliang back then? What can Ma Yuliang, a good-for-nothing, do well? My lord. There was a burst of shouting from around. It looks very layered. Su Dakai. Why do I feel a little incomprehensible? What do you mean? What do they mean? One by one, they all started to do things. Didn't you suggest that I reuse Ma Yuliang? Isn't it because you don't want to attack Fi Longjai that it's Ma Yuliang's turn? At that time, the owner of the castle lost face. Hateful. Don't remember this? So you start to turn your face and deny people? Is this speed too fast? Hateful. Hateful to the extreme. Oh shit. A bunch of beastly dogs. Also, did you not see your flattery when the Lord Palace Master issued the edict? I can't wait to show my loyalty in front of the Palace Master right away. Give me all the bells and whistles here. A bunch of irresponsible hot chickens. Su Dakai, the owner of Chingai Castle, took a deep breath. He needed to control his emotions. He was afraid that if he couldn't control himself, he might vomit blood directly. It's a miracle I didn't get mad after spending all day with these guys. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 4170. But now is not a good time to be mad. He still needs to hold on. The overall situation also needs to be stabilized. If you can't stabilize, just pull your hips. Okay. I won't talk about the previous ones. It's over. It's in the past. In my place, everything has been turned over. Now, the most important thing now is to find a countermeasure. How will we face this next game? You can't stay numb all the time. Damn it. I'm furious. The posture of gnashing teeth was fully displayed, and for a while, black lines gathered on the forehead in an all-round way. At this moment, this mentality is also bursting out in an all-round way. Difficult to go to the blue sky. The more I think about it, the more numb I feel. Gradually, the whole face has become haggard. Thoughts are messy on the spot, everything goes without saying. These, follow the sand sculptures. It's boring. When it came to business, everyone stopped talking immediately. Because there is really nothing to say. In this matter, the situation is in a state of relative collapse. Everyone looked at each other, and a sense of evasion could be seen from each other's eyes. Shoot the bird. Everyone understands this truth. So at this time, they all choose to be wise and protect themselves. Not talking. You can complain as much as you want. Su Dakai, the lord of Chingai Fort, was panting quickly. What's the use of raising these wastes? Diarrhea at a critical moment? That is. Look at what it looks like now. According to this idea, is it necessary to stretch the hips even more? Damn it, spit it out. Damn thing. It's all dog stuff. Thinking of this, my mind exploded. Explain. Say advice. What to do next? Otherwise you will die. Say. Everyone talk. Whoever doesn't speak will be beheaded. Hesteri's roar came, and Sudakai, the owner of Chingai Castle, directly drew out a sword, and put it directly on the necks of these Chingai fort cultivators, as if he was going to behead them directly. This posture, has already been set. At this moment, with the sword on their necks, these officials of all sizes in Chingai fort looked at each other, their bodies couldn't help shaking, and their mentality was instantly messed up. I'm going to hum. Do you want to be so exciting? This matter has something to do with their hammer. The castle master was furious, and now he vented all his grievances on them. Damn it! How can you do that? This kind of behavior itself is extremely bad. But I can't help but say it now. If the city owner really cut them off in a fit of anger, it would be the end of the calf. The cool moonlight is being fully established. Numb. Completely numb. My lord, how about we send an envoy to talk to Fang Fan? Please make peace. After racking his brains, the Chingai Bao official, who was strangled by the neck, said tremblingly. Peace. Now you want me to sue for peace. Do you know that he, Fang Fan, has occupied all the villages in my Chingai fort? This is the only remaining fortress in my Chingai fortress. You want me to ask for peace? Summing at this time, are you sure you're not surrendering? Ah! What's on your mind? The roar became more and more anxious. At this moment, Suda, the owner of Chingai fortress, was so happy that his heart collapsed. Oh shit! What kind of monsters are these? None of the normal stuff. I really want to slap these guys to death. Hateful. Damn it. Shaking with anger. What kind of bullshit advice? Lord Castle Master, now we have nothing but a bloody battle besides seeking peace. If the Castle Master thinks it's okay, we can also fight bloody battles. One can imagine how uncomfortable it is to be held around the neck by a sword. Bloody battle. Are you sure? Sudakai, the owner of Chingai Fortress, had a weird expression on his face, and he himself felt a little unconfident. I don't know about that either. But isn't the truth now in front of us? Apart from the bloody battle, it's peace. Does Lord Castle have any other suggestions? The officials of Chingai Fort blinked and said helplessly. The matter has come to this point, it is useless to say more. Can't you have some neutral opinions? Sudakai, the lord of Chingai Fortress, still harbors fantasies. In fact, he himself knew that these were just fantasies. Such fantasies are somehow impossible to execute successfully. In the end, it's just deceiving yourself. My lord, after all, this incident was caused by my lord. If we hadn't acted in accordance with the imperial edict of the palace master, the matter would not have developed to this point. So can you discuss it with the palace master and let the palace master send troops to suppress the bandits? After all, we are all loyal to the palace master. If something unexpected happens to us, the loss will also be the power of the palace master. At this time, another piece of advice came into place. Sudakai frowned, then thought about it carefully. Why? Sudakai soon followed suit with a sigh, and his eyes seemed a little distracted. Master City Lord, don't fantasize for now. On the whole, it's not very realistic. My lord, the city owner, has already been tormented by Lehi from Snow Eagle Fort. Where are their soldiers and horses for us now? Deploying too many troops will affect the entire battle situation. There are fewer troops to dispatch, but it's just a drop in the bucket, and it doesn't make any sense. In the end, it was numb. Why? Thinking about it this way, it feels more and more meaningless. Sudakai said in despair. He also thought about the future, but after thinking about it, there is no future. Looking at the past, the eyes are full of withered scenes. I can't help but feel sad deep in my heart. If you think like this, let's talk to someone. Sad spring and autumn. Why not? There is no need to continue talking, my lord, otherwise we will give up the base of Chingai Fort. Let's go directly to Fukin. It just so happens that we are employing people, and we can help the palace master share his worries when we go to Fukin. At the same time, someone spoke again. Abandon Longhai Fort. Don't send a soldier? Just retreat like this. What consequences will this cause? Don't you have any points in your heart? What will this look like in the end? Call. My lord will kill us directly. If all the castle owners are so eager to follow suit, the entire Changling mansion will really be finished. My lord will never let me go. Your remonstrance does not have much meaning and value. For now, don't think too much about it. Pathetic, lamentable. I, Sudakai, have such an embarrassing day.